Well, Patricia De Lille, Mayor of Cape Town, joins us now from our Cape Town studios. And Patricia, no doubt you've had a lot of interactions with the former president. What were some of the highlights that come across to mind when you think about the moments that you spent with him?
I would first of all just like to pass my condolences to the Mandela family on behalf of the people of the city of Cape Town. Mandela is a special man. There are many moments that we can recall that we all had spent at one or other stage in our life with him. But for me, the sweetest moment was when he one day stood up in Parliament and said that he is now going to start a children's fund. Because the night before, he walked and he saw some street children and went to go and speak to them, and then he pledged 150,000 rand of his salary every year towards the children's fund, and he challenged other South Africans to do the same. I was the first to take him up on that and went to him the next morning to say that I also want to make a contribution, and he said, just hold on, I'm going to establish the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund and I would like you to become a trustee. And it was a very special moment for me then.
Just on that, you also happen to be a woman of color, and growing up in South Africa during those periods of turmoil and apartheid, did he play some kind of influential role with regard to you starting your own party?
When we were at the World Trade Center negotiating a new dispensation for our country, I learned a lot from Madiba. I was very angry, I was very bitter. I couldn't understand, why we should be talking to what we called the enemy then. But Mandela led us and showed that we are able to rise as leaders above those bitterness and anger for the sake of our country. And so just what the leadership that he displayed there, it's something that I will never forget.
On leadership, no doubt you must have learned a few lessons with regard to leadership from him. Any that you hold personally today?
Well, today, Cape Town has got a very special relationship with Mandela, because to our shame, he spent more than 20 years of his life on Robben Island. Not because he did something wrong, but just because he was fighting for justice. He then also made his first speech as a free person from the steps of the City Hall. And of course, he's a freeman of the city of Cape Town. And in this year, 2013, we had honored him in his lifetime for all the good things that he has done. So certainly Nelson Mandela will be remembered by all of us as an icon, as a father of this nation.
Just on that, Patricia, what does this mean for the political world of South Africa going forward? We've seen his influence and how he's changed things in the early 90s and going through his history, but are you concerned perhaps?
I am concerned because if there's one person that could unify this nation time and again, it's Nelson Mandela. Even at the time when he was in hospital, you could see how people of all colors, creed, gender came together to pray for him outside of hospital. The kind of leadership that he has displayed is certainly so much needed in our country, and it will be up to all of us to continue to fight for the values and principles that Mandela stood for, and that he lived for, and that he gave to us. And the best present that we got from Tata Madiba is democracy. He gave us dignity, he gave us human rights, and there will never be anything more that we could give him back except to continue to live up to the values that he stood for.
Any words of advice as to how South Africans can do that? He's passed on the baton, but how do we carry it forward, Patricia?
It's up to each and every one of us as South Africans. Madiba has always said to us that freedom comes with responsibility. And so while we accept responsibility for our freedom, we have to always remember that the struggle was not about an individual, it was about all the people. And we all have to do, every morning we have to wake up and say, what can I do for South Africa? What can I do that more people taste the fruits of our new democracy in South Africa? And it's only then that we'll be able to live up to the ideals and value of Tata Madiba.